Hey guys, I'm Fancy, and you're watching the Good Wives Network, and we are back with a Crime Lines quick update. We have been breaking down the Daybell Vallow timeline for you. We are on part 4. The last part, we just finished up July of 2020. A lot happened in July of 2020. But so now we're into August of 2020, and we are now coming down with the preliminary hearing on August 3rd and 4th was Chad's preliminary hearing in Fremont County. The friends, investigators, and witnesses all testified, and the magistrate Judge Farron Edens did conclude that the prosecution had enough probable cause to advance the case to district court. So Lori waives her preliminary hearing, which was scheduled on August 10th and 11th in Fremont County, and her case advances to the district court. On August 21st, Chad is arraigned before District Judge Stephen Boyce, and he pleads not guilty to the felony charges. And Madison County prosecuting attorney Rob Wood files a motion on September 4th asking to combine the cases for Chad and Lori. He says having the cases together will be more efficient since he plans to present the same evidence and witnesses. So on September 10th, Lori is arraigned in district court where she pleads not guilty to the 2 felony counts of conspiracy to commit destruction, alteration, or concealment of evidence. On October 19th, the anniversary of Tammy Daybell's death, her parents and siblings announced the creation of the Tammy Douglas Daybell Foundation to honor her legacy and service and love of literacy. So on November 5th, East Idaho News obtained a recording of Lori saying she was going to murder her third husband, Joseph Ryan, while speaking at a meeting in October of 2018. She says she became closer to God and ultimately did not need to act against Joe. Oh, that was so nice of her, even though he ends up dead. So in 2021, on February 4th, the Fremont County Sheriff's Office announces Tammy's autopsy is complete, but the details were not being released yet. That same day, newly elected Fremont County prosecuting attorney Lindsay Blake requests Tammy's death investigation case be sent back to her office for the Idaho Attorney General. From the Idaho Attorney General, and he transfers the case back. So on March 22nd, Wood adds veteran Missouri homicide attorney Rachel Smith to assist in the case. And on May 24th, a grand jury indicts Chad and Lori on several new felony charges, including first-degree murder and conspiracy to commit murder. Prosecutors announced the charges during a May 25th news conference, releasing the indictment containing additional information surrounding the homicides of Tylee, JJ, and Tammy. On June 8th, Lori is committed to the Idaho Department of Health and Welfare. A psychologist deems her unfit for trial, and Judge Boyce agrees she cannot assist in her defense. Chad pleads not guilty to all counts in his indictment on June 9th, and his children were sitting in the courtroom right behind him. So on June 24th, a grand jury in Arizona indicts Lori for conspiracy to commit murder in the death of Charles Vallow. Prosecutors declined to file charges against Chad, saying there is no reasonable likelihood of conviction. On July 29th, prosecutors dropped the destruction, alteration, or concealment of evidence charges against Chad and Lori. And on August 5th, the prosecutors announced they will seek the death penalty against Chad, saying the nature and magnitude of these crimes warrant the possibility of the highest possible punishment. So in September, in an interview with 48 Hours, Chad's children say their father was framed and their mother died of asphyxiation. So following a change of venue hearing on October 5th, Boyce rules the Daybell trial will be moved from Fremont County to Ada County. On October 7th, Chandler, Arizona police released their entire file for the investigation into Charles's homicide. Included are gigabytes of never before seen video interviews, audio recordings, text messages, and police reports. And then on December 28th, Boyce orders that Mark Means, Lori's attorney, can no longer represent her. Boyce cites the conflict of interest in Means representing both Chad and Lori, as well as concerns over his legal competency and effectiveness. Wow. So that wraps up 2021. We got 2022 coming in hot in March. Arizona prosecutors announced they will now not file conspiracy to commit murder charges against Chad in the attempted shooting of Brandon Bordeaux. They cite no reasonable likelihood of conviction as the reason. Boyce denies a request from John Pryor on March 21st to sever Chad's case from Lori's. But on April 11th, Boyce issues a written order saying Lori is now competent and fit to proceed for trial, and she is ordered to be released from a Department of Health and Welfare facility. She is arraigned on April 19th, and she remains silent as her attorney, Jim Archibald, asked Boyce to enter a not guilty plea on her behalf. On May 2nd, prosecutors announced that they will pursue the death penalty against Lori and ask Boyd to keep her trial together with Chad's. Boyce issues a response on May 26th, reaffirming the trials will be held together in January of 2023. In August, Lori appears in court smiling and wearing a ring on her finger. And 2 weeks after the hearing, Lori's attorneys files a motion asking for cameras to be banned from the courtroom. Prosecutors support the motion as EastIdahoNews.com joins with over 24 other media outlets in opposition. Boyce grants the motion and all cameras are banned from future court hearings and the trial. On October 6th, Lori's case is put on hold due to competency issues again, and a month later she is found competent for trial, but the originally scheduled January start date is postponed until April 3rd of 2023. So on March 2nd of 2023, the district judge Stephen Boyce rules Lori and Chad's cases will be severed, meaning there will be two trials. After new evidence is submitted regarding DNA testing, Lori's trial is scheduled to begin April 3rd. Boyce grants a motion for Lori's attorney to take death penalty off the table. The judge says the main reason is due to a large amount of evidence the prosecutors turned over late. This would not allow her team enough time to go through it all before trial. So Lori's trial begins in Ada County on April 3rd. And then on May 12th, a jury finds, Lori guilty of first degree murder of JJ and Tylee. She is also found guilty of conspiracy to commit the murder of JJ, Tylee, and Tammy, and grand theft. A few days after the verdict, a juror speaks with East Idaho News and says, if there was a face to evil, it was hers. Wow. So in mid-May, Arizona officials released information that a grand jury indicted Lori on February 24th, 2022 for conspiracy to commit murder of Brandon Bordeaux. So on July 31st, Boyce orders Lori to serve 3 life sentences without parole. Family members of the victim speak during the sentence hearing, and for the first time, Lori addresses the public and quotes Bible verses and how people should not judge each other. Wow. Just wow. Well, we're in 2023 now, and so we're moving right along. Make sure you come back for part 5. We should be wrapping this up, and we should probably get to the point here where we're caught up into where we're at trial for Chad. All right, guys, have a good one from The Good Wife, serving up true crime one dish at a time. Bye.